Okay, Peter Cranstone. I'm one of the founders of 509 and a serial software entrepreneur. I've been doing this for 16 years. And my claim to fame is my partner and I were the inventors of mod-gzip, which if anyone uses an Apache web server.
Thank you.
Wow. That's us. I didn't write the code. My partner wrote the code, Kevin, so he's the one who is responsible for the code behind this. So with that, I'll jump into what we want to do. So this is the theme of the evening for us is, it's not what we put on it. In my opinion, we're drowning in content. It's how we connect to it and how it recognizes us. And I'm specifically thinking out here with this mobile device, which I have here, which is a Pocket PC. And I look at China's move now to IPv6 and the military who's going to use IPv6. So it's not just going to be a desktop that's connected to the internet. It's going to be everything that's connected to the internet. And the key will be is how we connect and how it recognizes the device that we're connecting with. So what's our big idea? Mod-gzip was make the internet go faster. So what are we doing this time? What we want to do is deliver location, device capabilities, and user information from any mobile device to any web server over HTTP. And the key thing I'll demonstrate here tonight, I'll show you all of these capabilities, but the key one we're really excited about is GPS. Every Pocket PC, cell phone now is starting to ship with GPS. What blows me away is, I got GPS on this device, why can't I send that data stream to a web server? And you can't. You cannot get that data from that I/O port up to a web server. Well, you can. Okay, so what's the big problem out there? The current web protocol, HTTP, has no support for GPS. And when Kevin and I did mod-gzip, the critical point was, in the HTTP spec itself, there was something designed for compression. It was accept encoding gzip. But no one had figured out how to do the client and the server piece to pull it all together. We figured out how to do that. So what's our solution is deliver real-time GPS data over the web and also deliver device and user data over the web. I don't know how many people have used these Pocket PCs, but entering data is not their forte. And what I want to be able to do when I pull up at a website is, it just knows me. I've given it permission, I want to be in control of the data that I send to the website, but it knows me, there's nothing to do, it logs me in and it can personalize my experience. So how we connect and how it recognizes us, I talk to a lot of people, and what I'm learning quickly, especially Europeans, is what happens is we think mobile. So we're thinking along the bottom line here. But in actuality, we're talking desktop. People seem to think that all the capabilities of the desktop are now on the Pocket PC. And that really couldn't be further from the truth. And what you're looking at is the device capabilities are similar but very different. Personal information, you know what, if I'm sitting here with a laptop, I don't really care. I'll type in anything these days. It's very easy. On the mobile device, I don't want to type a single thing. And so it has to auto-entry. And the big difference, and I did a great demo this afternoon, you probably heard of Z-Vents. They just got $7 million in funding, and it's for local events that are going on in your local area. And I went, okay, that's really cool. So I logged in, and the first thing they did is oh, you're in Littleton, Colorado. And that was pretty close. It was within about 15 miles of the house. So then in the basement, I logged on with this device, and it got me in Bedminster, New Jersey. And the whole point, guys, is as soon as you go with this device, it's local. That's what you really want to do. You want to enable everything that's local. So let's give you the demo.
I'm assuming they IP geolocated and the provider for the mobile device gave you New Jersey.
It did. That's exactly how they did it. Reverse DNS, IP address lookup, whatever they want to do. But the problem is, with all these mobile devices logging on, there's one IP address that's coming out of the telco.
You want to send what that is.
Exactly. So this is the Pocket mobile device that we're talking to. This is how we access the control panel. Everything you see from this point on is customizable. What I'm going to demonstrate to you is, actually this data is a little database that's held on the disk. And it's also encrypted with triple DES. We ported triple DES to the mobile device, so everything is encrypted. So it's like a little personal wallet. There are a total of 39 fields that you're about to see that can be transmitted live in real time over the HTTP protocol without upsetting anything. And there's only one disclaimer, and we had this last time, is this is state of the art.
Demo gods.
So here's how you access it. Every one of these fields is user controllable. This was the thing, it's not a cookie. It's the ability for the user to control the data that they want to share with a particular website. And another thing to notice here, we're not a client, we're a client-server app, we're not a service. So everyone in here probably has a web server, the company they work with. So our module, like ModGzip, would bolt into your Apache web server, and then it would talk to any mobile device that's got the client piece on it. And you can see I've got some data populated in here, and I've got everything turned on at the moment. Now, this is where I start getting the GPS, and I actually did this location in the street just outside. So,
You got 1 minute.
I got 1 minute, okay.
We're not going to do live.
So we won't do live GPS then. The device information is some of the security features that we have enabled. And what we did here was put a whole bunch of Starbucks data in here that we wanted to transmit to the server so you can remember all of this information. I don't have to type any of this stuff in. So now I'm just going to hit 2 websites. One shows you the power of being able to send the information up to a site. We borrowed 9 Users mobile website, and this is actually talking to a server in Wales. It knows that the server is installed that the software is installed on our device. And as I scroll down, it already knows my name, my zip code, my telephone number, my email address. And it also sent me an email, and we've also got a small advertising engine, so it'll populate the email based on your location with local advertising events. We did this for a demo for 9News, and we put in Frontier and UPS and things like that. Again, it's all customizable. Now the last one, which is the really powerful one, is Starbucks. And the whole goal of this is, I just flew in somewhere, I'm on the corner of 9th and I don't know where. Where's the nearest Starbucks? And I'm not typing anything in. So we hit our website, it brings up the Starbucks page. And the first thing it does is give us a coupon. And the coupon is time sensitive. So if you pull up at the Starbucks in the next 2 hours, you get to use this coupon. This has been tested by Symbol Technologies. You simply hold the phone up, you scan the phone, and it completes the marketing loop for the business people. This is really important for the new search engines, pay per action. This is a reality now, this completes that. Just bring in your phone and we'll scan it. There's more Starbucks coupons. You can see all of my information is now transmitted up there. It's got my personal interests. Here's the really cool part coming up right now. It knows where I am. If it knows where I am, it can tell me where the closest Starbucks is. And it says it's Pearl Street Mall, and it's 3 miles away. And if we click on this, this is all matched up to, we're talking to, UPC barcoding server on the web that matches up the barcodes for us, the 1D barcodes. Now we talk to MapQuest, and there's a map. So the capability here is to join all of these elements together. And then one more thing, I've got about 12 seconds here. I want to show you the GPS. I get to go first. The guy at the end is getting all the glory here. So I'm in control of the data. I can send any data. I can read off the disk. I can send that data. And if I click on the GPS, so this is where the demo gods really kick in. I start the GPS. It's now talking via Bluetooth to this device. There's the GPS data streaming live in real time. So we're picking that up, streaming it to the web. I don't know if we got firewalls in here or whatever the deal is, but it passes through everything, so there's no issues. That's it. You now know where you are on the web, and the web, if you want to, can know who you are, what you are, and where you are. Questions, anyone?
So you're not pulling GPS data off the device, you have a little USB thing.
Yep.
So you're not pulling it off the phone.
No, but if it was on the phone, we'd be doing it off the phone. They didn't have a model with it. The new iPack has the GPS built in, so we don't have to use this.
So I have a question. So I get wanting to find the Starbucks near me, and I get effectively like cookies, so it logs me in. What's the reason for all the other data you want to plus?
I don't want to have to type in anything. The problem is, a lot of us go to the same website, but what happens if you go to a new website? They ask you to start filling in data. And that's our biggest problem when you start to use these devices.
So is it like Firefox is autofill or something like that? But it's
a little bit different than autofill because
it's terrible. I know.
it is terrible.
Better than
You're right. No, the whole idea behind it is, I didn't show it to you, but if I had turned off my zip code, I don't share my zip code. So I can actually share my name with a website, but if I don't want to choose to share my zip code or phone number,
most likely what you'll do is default it to something just to move quicker through the.
Exactly. I'll have my regular settings, and now if I really know them, they'll activate it in the browser, and now you get the full experience.
Did you say you have a whole server component that's separate from just HTTP? Why did you go for a whole new protocol?
No, it's not a whole new protocol. It's just a module, just like ModGzip, and it's no changes to the HTTP protocol or anything.
It's in the HTTP headers.
That's all it is. Just all you have to figure out how to do is to inject it in real time into the headers.
How do you envision this actually working? I mean, will I be asked, is it okay to give my information as I surf from site to site? Or how do I control that?
That's it. You would choose it. I would have my regular settings that I'm prepared to share. If I pull up at a site that I know and I trust, I will share more data. But the whole goal here is I want to be in control of the data that I have to share, and I don't want to have to enter it. So there are some user interface issues that we'll have to overcome, but the whole goal here is permission. I give you permission to look at my data, and I don't have to type it in.
I can see it used for automatic check-in and stuff
Absolutely.
like that.
The big deal is location. For people on, and here's another thing, guys. This is going to be a UMPC. This is going to be a something else with a GPS chip in it, which won't have a keyboard maybe, but it'll have a really limited keyboard. You're driving down the road at 65 miles an hour, and you want to know where the cheapest gas station is.
So what's the business model?
That was my question. Is it going to be open source like
Oh, I need you a dream.
Set up.
No, it will. What you'll do is the client is free, and the module is a subscription license. And we did our beneficiary thing with ModGzip. And I can see some of you taking advantage of that. So.
Obviously, it's for your
I mean, how do you do local search if you don't know where you are? So.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you very much. That was great.